Yo, my name is Sebastian. So my sister sent me this podcast from Afford Anything by Paula Pant. And in the episode, she interviews Joshua Sheets, which is a financial planner. And he talks about his 7 stages of financial independence. Now, I thought that episode was super interesting, so of course I wanted to share. So a lot of people give up on their goals because they appear so unattainable. Maybe it feels like it's too complicated or it's too much work or they don't even see how they'll get there, right? So the trick is to figure out a way to make your goal more manageable and less complicated. So you break it down into smaller steps that are easier to achieve and step by step with focus, consistency, and patience, then eventually you reach those goals. And so that's exactly what Joshua did with the concept of financial independence. So he broke it down into 7 different stages, which makes it easier for anyone to know where they currently stand and for anyone to know what the next step is on their journey to financial freedom. So let's get into those 7 steps. Now, stage 0, that's where we all start, right? So you depend on someone else to take care of you. So your parents or your guardian, you don't have any bills, or if you have any, they're small bills, maybe like a phone bill or something like that. So at that stage, you depend on somebody else to survive. Now, stage 1, that's financial solvency. So in that stage, you probably have a job or some form of income and you're able to take care of yourself. Now, if you still live at home, it's only a choice because you're trying to save more money, not because you can't be on your own. So in that stage, you're able to pay for all your bills and be current on all of them. Now, that doesn't mean that you're debt free. It just means that you're not behind on any of your credit card bills or any other bill. So whenever that bill comes, you're able to pay for it in full. Now, that stage is super crucial because whenever you're behind on your bills and you can't make those payments, that just really limits you from getting over the hump and getting to these different stages. Now, stage 2, that's financial stability. So on top of being financially solvent, like in step 1, you're able to build up your savings account. Now, whether you call that emergency fund or cash reserves or buffer account or a rainy day fund, it doesn't matter, but you're able to build that up, right? You never know what's gonna happen if you were to lose your job or you were to get sick or a family member were to get sick or your car breaks down, you need to get another car. So you need to have some money set aside to take care of those issues so that you don't have to pull money out of your investment or use a credit card to take on debt or take on more debt. Another potential issue with not having cash reserves is if an opportunity were to present itself where you need cash right away to take advantage of that opportunity, then by not having it, you can't take advantage of it. So you can't really do anything. So you definitely need to build up that savings account, that emergency fund, that cash reserve for when those situations happen or come up. Now, stage 3, that's debt freedom. Now, in this stage is primarily talking about consumer debt. So debt that you get from buying expensive stuff that you don't need or stuff that you can't even afford. So buying expensive clothes with a credit card, buying expensive shoes, expensive cars, having an expensive lifestyle that you're paying for with a credit card probably, and you can't even afford it. Now, he's not talking about all debt, right? So if you were to get a debt that's giving you a return, like in real estate, that doesn't count, right? So if you were to go the traditional route and get a home and get some debt from like a mortgage to live in a home and that's what you decide to do, then you don't count that. For everybody, it's different. So you would have to look at situation by situation. But whatever debt that you end up keeping, if you keep any debt at all in that stage, it can't be any stupid consumer debt, things that you can't afford or things that are not necessary that you keep paying for and that keeps you from advancing. Now, stage 4, that's financial security. In that stage, you've been investing for a while now, and the returns that you're getting from your investments are able to cover your basic expenses, so all your needs. So we're talking like rent or mortgage, transportation, grocery bill for food and personal hygiene stuff, maybe a cell phone. So all your basic stuff, all the stuff that you need. So not really the stuff that you want. So going to the restaurant, that it doesn't cover that, or it doesn't cover things like going to the movies or vacations or anything like that. So just the bare minimum. Now, stage 5, that's financial independence. Now, on top of being able to pay for all your basic needs, all your basic stuff that you need to survive, with the returns from your investment, those returns can also pay for all the stuff that you want. So probably new shoes or new clothes every now and then, some vacations, restaurants, or going to the movies, or any of the stuff that you want, or your current lifestyle right now. Then in stage 5, your returns from your investments are able to cover all of that. Now, in those stages where your returns are able to cover your basic needs and lifestyle expenses, that doesn't mean that in those stages you quit your job and you're just living off your returns. It means that you can do it if you want to. Most people that get to that level, they don't suddenly quit working altogether and live off their returns. But you're able to if you want to, and that just gives you a sense of security whenever you reach those stages. Now, stage 6, that's financial freedom. Here you reach true freedom. So not only are you current and you can pay all your bills, you'll build up a decent savings account, and the returns on your investment are able to pay for your current lifestyle. But not only that, the returns on your investment are able to cover all those big dreams that you had, all the things that you wrote down that you always wanted to get, probably multiple vacations a year, exotic cars, maybe a second house on the beach, or maybe a boat, maybe jet skis, whatever it is, you're able to afford it with the returns that you get from your investment. So here you're able to afford big expenses, and your assets are able to cover all of them. Now, stage 7, that's financial abundance. Now, in that stage, you have way more money that you will ever need or that you will ever be able to spend. In that stage, you're basically able to pay for or able to get whatever it is you want. So when you reach financial abundance, you and your family are basically set for a very long time. So there you have it. That's how Joshua Sheets broke down his 7 stages of financial independence. Now, he also closed out the episode with a very powerful message. So we have a lot of examples of people that had a lot of money that went broke a short time after the income or the money stopped coming in. We have in the NBA, 60% of players go broke within 5 years of retiring. That's crazy. We have examples of people that won the lottery, or somebody like Mike Tyson that earned close to $700 million during his career, and that was unable to keep that wealth because of all the crazy spending. So he says that it doesn't matter how much money you make, right? So if you connect money with consumption, so always spending it on things, then you'll never have enough of it, and eventually it'll run out. If your goal is to get to step 6 or step 7, then you need to start changing the way you think about money or the way you use it. Also, if or when you get to stage 7, what are you going to do with all that money? So how are you going to make sure to preserve all that wealth, or that it gets passed on to the next generation? Because with having all that money, you get a lot of power. And you know what they say?
With great power comes great responsibility.
So start thinking about the end goal now, and start thinking about what that money is going to be used for. That way, when you actually get there, then you know exactly what to do. So there you have it. That's all I got for today. If you guys think this video was helpful, share it or tag a friend, or let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.